where we begin the show today. Rank them, the 5 championship matches, in order from most likely to change hands to least likely to change hands at Crown Jewel.
Why don't we start just with the top, like the most likely, both give our picks there. For me, it's an easy one. It's also probably the only one we're going to see on Saturday. I think it's the U.S. title. I think Logan Paul is coming back with championship gold, and then WWE will have to figure out, which I don't think they care, how they deal with another part-time champion on that show, because Logan Paul is not going to appear in every week, but hey, he'll be your United States champion.
So that's where I have a problem with this, and I agree with you. It's Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio. Like, Logan Paul's going to walk away as the U.S. champion, which, again, I get from a promotional standpoint. However, the one thing that they've done a good job of in the Roman Reigns era, with him being the part-time champion, floating in and out, and before they created the World Heavyweight Championship, and really for that year-ish that they were without and just had the one champion for both shows, was they did a great job. We see Gunther, and that U.S. title, at the time it was Austin Theory, now it's Rey Mysterio, but they've elevated those secondary titles. So when the Intercontinental Championship was on SmackDown, like, it was really elevated, like, it was very heavily featured, and Gunther was almost like the champion of the show when Roman Reigns wasn't around. So now having 2 part-time champions, like, I guess you can get away with it if you figure out over the next couple of months, or who knows how long Logan Paul holds on to the U.S. title. But it doesn't seem like Roman's going to be at Survivor Series. I don't believe he's currently advertised for Survivor Series, which is dying a slow death somehow, despite being one of the pillar pay-per-views for WWE. So if you can stagger, so at least you have either Logan Paul or Roman Reigns on any given show, I think you can get away with it. But it's troublesome to me that you would have your 2 titles, the 2 titles absent on that show. So basically all you would have is your women's champion in Io Sky, who is still kind of an afterthought almost in her own group, because Bayley is the leader of her group. So it's interesting.
You also don't really have tag champs because they still haven't re-split those titles. So Judgment Day sort of bounces back and forth. They're sort of there sporadically, and we know how they book tag team wrestling. So you essentially would have a 2-hour show with no champions. Like, one belt, like you said, the women's title, which feels secondary in their own group. Like, all right, come watch to see something happen, but no one's actually chasing anything.
Yeah. So that part is wildly interesting to me. But Logan Paul, this is going to be a fun match. Sure. But Logan Paul's going over. I have a hard time seeing Rey Mysterio beating Logan Paul the way that they've built this up.